Let me introduce myself. My name is Tukhtaeva D Z Mavzu. I'm an ESL teacher at Bukhara State Pedagogical Institute. Today, I will teach you about how to write a letter. Today, I will give you some steps, the main steps to write a good letter. Let's get started. So the types of letter. There are several types of letters. Letters can be the informal, semi-formal, and formal. The informal letters are written to people who you know the well. For example, this person can be your friends or the relatives or your mother, dad, or the brother. And the semi-formal letters are written to the person you know on a professional, not the personal level. Your colleague, your college tutor, or it can be your teacher at university. Formal letters are written to person you know only in a professional capacity, and you don't usually interact with the person, or the person you don't know well, but need to interact for some professional purpose. Formal letters also include the letters written to the government department or businesses or the media instead of known individual. For example, if you're writing a complaint letter, you have to write to the head of the services or the head of the company. You don't know this person very well, but you have to write this person. This kind of letters can be the informal letters. So today I will find you some steps which are the main important, which are the main can be the part of my today's lesson, because a good letter should cover these steps. Steps in writing a letter for an exam, because exam can ask you from this one. That's why pay attention while writing your letter. Step 1. Analyze the given task. Before we get started, you should read the question several times and you should analyze the given task. The task say, for example, who you are and or what your situation is, who you are writing to, and what you should include in your letter. You should show your situation, what kind of situation you are writing. For example, are you writing the complaint letter, or are you writing the letter of apology? Are you writing the recommendation letter? You should show your letter should show your situation. Then who you're writing, you should show the director, the person who are you writing. Maybe you are writing your college tutor, maybe you are writing to the head of the company. That's why you should show the person you are writing. Then what you should include in your letter. Your letter should include some kind of key point, the main reason, and other details. So let's discuss examples. There is example for a discussion today. For example, there is a situation. Let's read it and we will discuss the key element to write the essay. To write letter. You're going to another country to study, and you would write your situation like to the part-time job while you are studying. So you want to ask a friend who lives there for some help. Write a letter to this friend in your letter. Who you're writing. Give details of your study plan. Explain why you should want to get a part-time job, and suggest how your friend could help you find a job. And your letter should cover this question, because this question can give the examiner to mark your because this can show your the reason, because letter should cover them. You should cover in your letter all criteria, all question. And don't forget, bear in your mind, you should write at least 150 words. Step to brainstorm ideas. For example, you have been invited to attend an interview for place studying at course in a college. Unfortunately, because of the previous appointment, you cannot come at the party they wish. Write letter for the admission tutor. In your letter, explain your position, apologize, and offer to come to another day later the same day. Also, ask how long the interview will be, and another will be any test during. And as you see, let's remember the step one. Step one, you should analyze the question. And now you should analyze the question. What is the letter is asking from you? This letter is asking from you to write letter of apology because you have an interview. You cannot go to the interview. Because you have a test this day, and you have to delay this interview. That's why you have to write here the letter of apology. Brainstorm ideas to brainstorm your letter. You should cover. You should give such kind of question. For example, the first one: Who am I? Who are you? For example, at the university applicant, I'm a university applicant and I'm writing a letter of apology. For example, who am I writing to? For example, I'm writing to the university admission tutor. And why am I writing? To explain that I cannot come to the interview at the appointed time because I have a test on the same day. This way, I have to delay this, I have to postpone this interview. And why cannot I come to the interview? I will be taking an IELTS exam because these are the important for you and you have to delay this exam. You will show the main reason in your letter. And what do I want the reader to do? To postpone the interview to a later time, to provide additional info about the interview. And while brainstorming ideas, you should give such kind of question, and because these are the important for you to get higher mark from your letter. That's why it will be better for you to consider them while writing your letter. Let's revise them one more time. Who am I? Who am I writing to? Why am I writing? Why cannot I come to the interview? And what do I want the reader to do? So these are the ending, or these are not ending, the continuation. I mean that these are also the main important steps of your a good letter. If you want to write a good letter, you should cover them also. The third one is to plan your letter. Before analyzing the task, you should plan your letter because it's important for you to plan. If you plan your letter, you save your time, and you will pay attention to the time management, and it's important for you to get higher mark from the writing letter. And write your letter. This means that after the planning, you may write your letter, and you may editing it. You may start typing. Then the fifth one, proofread your letter. Check the error. Maybe in your essay you have some kind of grammatical mistake or the spelling mistake. That's why it will be better if you ask to someone from the other people to check your essay. For example, you may ask some help from the teacher, you may ask some help from the friends to check it, or you may check it yourself. You may find some grammatical or some spelling mistake. So next, and how to write informal letter. Like I said before, there are several types of the essay. They are the formal, informal, and semi-formal. Today I will give you some tips. I will give you some information about how to write informal letter. Informal letters can differ from the formal letters. There are so many reasons for them. For example, the first one is the greeting. Greeting is important for you because greeting show your letter. Is it formal or the informal? Start with dear, followed by the first name of the person to whom you are writing. For example, if you are writing to the Dan, you should start with Dear Dan. If you're writing to your friend, you should start with Dear Anwar or Dear Dildora, for example. And opening. And when you're writing informal letter, you are usually replying to another letter. You would normally start with a greeting, then acknowledge the letter to which you are replying. It's often too good acknowledge some key information given to the original letter too. You can also make a comment on your own reply. These are the main points for the for informal letter. So, useful phrases for opening. There are several sentences or there are several phrases you can use for the opening sentences as opening sentence. For example, how are you? And how have the family been? I hope you are well. Thank you. Many thanks for your recent last letter postcard. It was good. It was nice to great to hear from you again. I was so surprised to hear that. I'm sorry, I haven't been in touch for such a long time, for example. Or it's ages since I have heard from you. I hope you are well and your family are well. How are things? How are you or how it's going? These are the useful phrases for your opening sentences. So other useful phrases for apologies. I mean, if you're writing the letter of apology, you can use these sentences. For example, I'm writing to apologize for missing your party. I'm afraid I was wasteful. If you missed a party, if you're writing a letter of apology, you may use phrase. Or I'm really sorry that I forget to send you a birthday card, but I was busy with my new job. For example, if you forget your friend's birthday to congratulate your friend, you may use this phrase for in your letter. And then invitation. We are having, and I hope you will be able to come, or would you like to come, or would you like to go with me on at the weekend, for example. I was wondering if you would like to go with us. Could you let us know if you can come? I would like to join us. Thank you very much for your invitation, or thank you for your inviting me to. I'm afraid I will not able, or I would like to come. You may use sentences for the invitation. And these are the useful phrases for requesting something. For example, I'm writing to ask your help. For example, you are requesting the help from your friend or from other relatives or maybe family members. And I was wondering if you could help me do a favor. I hope you don't mind me asking, but I could possibly. I would be really terrible grateful if you could. Thank you, congratulations, good luck. I'm writing to thank you for example, your help, for your letter, or your present, or your supporting. You may use such kind of phrases. And it was so kind for you to invite me to stay with you. I really appreciated all your help or advice, which can show your respect to some people. Congratulations as a passing for your exam, your excellent exam result. Good luck. I wish you good luck. Good luck in with your exam or your driving test, your interview, for example. Don't worry. I'm sure you will well pass. Do be on time. Will not, and don't forget to. And these are the useful phrases for the requesting something. And making suggestion and recommendation, you can use this one. Why don't you? Or maybe you could. How about? You cannot leave New York without. I'm sure you will enjoy doing something if you like, and we can. They can be the helpful for you making suggestion or recommendation. So closing. At the end of your letter, as important as beginning, there are some standard ways of finishing informal letters or the email. Give a reason why you are ending the letter. If you remember, we started the letter with the dear and the name of the person, and the closing also important. You may